So Yakuza 1 is technically the first game.
But good lord, what is that?
No, instead in this video I'll look at Yakuza Kiwami, the remake they made after Zero to bring it to a more modern light, set in the 2000s? Okay, so playing these games blind back to back has been so interesting, because I thought the whole franchise would be set in the 80s, but nope, it starts out in 1995, where an incident leads Kiryu to wrongly spend 10 years in jail, being released to 2005 Kamurocho, where boy it sure looks worse than the 80s. I mean it's the exact same, but they got this washed out dirty look. But I really like how, you know, that little bit of land the entirety of Zero was based on, yeah, it becomes the Millennium Tower, which is in every single game afterwards. I just thought that was pretty cool. But the great thing about being in the 2000s is the mobile phones. Yes, you can save your progress anywhere. So Yakuza 1's story is probably the most basic in terms of plot. You got love triangles, people backstabbing, trying to get to the Tojo throne, that kind of plot. It's not bad, so to say, it's just very safe nowadays. Kiryu pretty much is just catching up to events that happen while 10 years in the slammer. The biggest shock to me though, as someone who came from Zero, is what happened to the characters, because Nishiki, the best bro of Kiryu in Zero, is now the bad guy, while Majima, well... So, this is the Majima a lot of people know, where he's a little bit insane and tries to fight Kiryu at any chance he gets. And I mean any chance.
Nani?
For me who loves Zero, this was so different to a cabaret club owner doing everything he can to protect a blind girl. He's a lot more violent, but still a bit eccentric, and it's kinda off-putting, especially after just playing Zero as good guy Majima. He's killing dudes left and right. However, I was extremely happy to know that's not his entire character. There's a scene where he's about to kill an innocent civilian lady, but he stops and just lets her go, changing his mind, and I'm really happy he kept to his Zero self, which is kinda weird since they made Zero after this game. Regardless, Majima is everywhere in this first game, often in places you least suspect. Now this is seemingly made with the same engine as Zero, but I don't know, it feels a lot more muted, from the backgrounds to even the fighting sound effects sounding weaker. Fighting is still the same, run into people, beat them up, but I don't know, it lacks that gritty punch Zero had. Maybe Kiryu didn't get exercise in jail. You eventually get to upgrade him though, but instead of money, it's now an EXP system, meaning each level you get points to buy things on this circle, and don't worry, this will be replaced in the next game as usual. I kinda like this a bit more because it saves you money, but then in Zero, money was never an issue, especially with Majima. But yeah, apart from that, Yakuza is fairly low-key this time around. It's a revenge story built up over 10 years, with romance and Kiryu adopting an abandoned girl, Haruka, who is the daughter of his first love. And side quest this time, well, you got the similar ones to Zero, but mostly it's pretty basic. I mean, just look at this cabaret club. Where's my Yuki? The only real notable new thing is this kids game, where the new card game craze the kids are into. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh! It's this. Women dressed up as bugs wrestling each other. Do your parents know you kids play this game? But yeah, I don't really have much else to say on Yakuza 1. I was kinda a bit let down, honestly, after Zero's amazing story, gameplay, and the amount of content. I do know this is a remake of the first game, so they can't really change too much, and I appreciate how it kicked off the whole franchise, but everything just feels worse than the two games surrounding it, especially compared to the next one, Yakuza Kiwami 2. Yeah, the one where you fight tigers.
Trojan, RamZaes, Magnum, Sheik!